Imagine an island of silt, 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer, on a river 20 kilometers broad, flowing at 12 knots. No electricity, no schools, not even a shop, no transport other than an occasional weekly boat. No permanent infrastructure is possible here. Yet, over 2,000 climate migrants are trying to live and survive day by day on this very island, and millions of others throughout other islands in Bangladesh. Then comes the storms. The thin thatched roofs fly and the tin houses break. Their belongings wash away, and then the very land they are standing on starts to break away, taking away their lives if they cannot find a way to leave that piece of land. The land they once called home. There are people who have moved 40 times over their lifetimes. These are the climate fighters, adapting, migrating, then adapting again, day after day, year after year.
এই তো এখানে আমাদের বাড়ি ছিল 200-250 পরিবার এখানে বসবাস করতাম এখানে জমি ছিল বাড়ি ছিল কবরস্থান ছিল আবার ফের মাঠ ছিল স্কুল ছিল খেলার মাঠ ছিল এরা সব এই পানিতে চলে গেছে গা এরপরে ভাঙে চুরে সবাই এই জায়গায় জায়গায় কে কোথায় চলে গেল কারোর সাথে আর দেখা হলো না এখন যার যার মতো যেখানে আছে সে সেইভাবে চলে কিংবা খাইতেছে এই তো এখন সব নদী পানি এই যে ভাঙ্গে চূড়া এখন বালু আর বালু ফেলা থেকে গেছে এটা বসতই ছিল বন্যার সময় আর নাক পর্যন্ত তোলা যায় আমার বাড়ি আমার বয়সের কথা বলতে পারলাম না এই 88 বন্যার থেকে 19টা টানা দিয়ে আসছি এখন বর্তমানে 19 টানা আসছি এতে এই পর্যন্ত আমি আসি হ্যাঁ যা
You have heard the story of one struggle, Salam struggle. There are hundreds and thousands of Salams who are living on these islands and on the shores of the Bay of Bengal. They are fighting for their survival daily. They are the frontliners bearing the impact of climate change. Just survive. Preservation of their life, to food, be it agriculture or fishing, to health, to hope and dignity. It is their life which is at stake daily.
এখন মনে করেন যে বন্যারও কোনো ঠিক নাই আমাদেরও কোনো ঠিক নাই একটা ফসল যে ফালাম ফসল ফালা কোনো শান্তি পাই না ওই ফসল ফালাই বন্যা এসে সেই ফসল ধুয়ে নিয়ে যায় ফসল খাওয়া যায় এই জন্য আমরা এখন কোনো কাজ করতে শান্তি পাই না এখন যখন যেটা পাই তখন সেটাই কাজ করে চলতেছি এই কুয়াশার কোনো ঠিক নাই কুয়াশার মধ্যে একদিকে কাজে যাইতে পারি না
Bangladesh is the land of 1,000 rivers. Floods have always visited this land year after year because of the country's geographical and climatical conditions. Yet the present scenario is totally different. Floods are no longer predictable, for it happens 3, 4, even 5 times a year. This unpredictability in time and period of flooding causes huge loss to the economy and lives of people. Adapting to climate change is an everyday reality. This is why we started to work with climate-impacted communities long ago. Preparedness for disaster, we introduced an approach called CIDRR, Community-Initiated Disaster Risk Reduction. This approach was initiated to train and build capacity blended with indigenous knowledge and modern concepts, creating totally local solutions. Then we ensured relief and shelter for those like Salam. This was not enough. We introduced transitional funding.
The concept of transition fund by Rona Khan is a way forward, is a bridge between the under poverty situation to mainstream, between the relief receiving situation to mainstream and to resilient.
এখন আমার বাড়িঘর সব ভাঙে চলে গেছে ভাঙে যাওয়ার পর আমি এখানে একটু আশ্রয় পেয়েছি এই আশ্রয় নিয়ে আমি এখানে ছেলে পেলে নিয়ে আর কি জোড়া করা সংসার করে খাইতেছি এটি আমাদের আশ্রয় আল্লাহ
This is a raised plinth. You meet people here, all were displaced because of river erosion. See, we designed the plinth in a way when water comes from north, because of oval shaped plinth, the flow of water breaks and that can't break the plinth. 30 family can live here for longer period. People from the community took part for the construction of the plinth.
We have built 18 plinths, but a lot more are needed. For today, thanks to these plinths, many of the migrants have shelters for themselves and their livestock. But much more food is needed for the months of flood. Together with the community, we had to find other new, locally led, nature-based solutions.
This was rice field last year, and this year is sand. The farmers can't grow rice here anymore, and this is a crisis. But we can't stop here because it leads to food insecurity. And Friendship offer technical knowledge how to grow some other vegetables like pumpkin, cucumber, and we support for irrigation so that they can grow more vegetables. This is agriculture transformation to adapt with climate change.
তো সেরা আমাদের নিয়ে প্রশিক্ষণ দিল, মানে ভুট্টা আবাদ করা শিখছি বা বাদাম আবাদ করা শিখছি। এই তো আমরা এইভাবে আমরা চলতেছি।
সবজি আবাদ করে খাই, বাজারে বিক্রি করি, টাকা পয়সা ইনকাম করে অন্য জায়গায় খাটাই।
Today we see changes, most important being the aspect of regaining their self-respect and dignity and the awareness that they themselves can bring change to their lives. This cannot come when there is continuous physical and mental suffering. 20 years ago, we realized that health issues needed to be addressed. This realization led to the first mobile ship hospitals to reach the shores. Today, a 3-tier healthcare system, hospitals, clinics, and Friendship Community Medic Aids has been implemented throughout most water areas in the country. People couldn't reach healthcare. Friendship 3-tier health system now reaches them.
এখানে আমরা সার্ভিসগুলো দুই ভাগে দিয়ে থাকি, একটা হলো আউটডোর আর একটা হলো ইনডোর। আউটডোরের প্রেসক্রিপশন অনুযায়ী ওনাদের যাবতীয় সকল ওষুধ আমরা এখান থেকেই প্রোভাইড করে থাকি। আমাদের ডেন্টাল ইউনিট আছে, আমাদের একটা আই ডিপার্টমেন্ট আছে, আমরা প্রতি মাসে অন্তত একবার করে ওদের ক্যাটারেক্ট সার্জারিগুলো করি। আর গাইনি অপস ডিপার্টমেন্টের ক্ষেত্রে আমাদের এই স্পেশালি কনসার্ন যারা আছে না তারা এখান থেকে বেজেনে হিস্ট্রিটমিগুলো এই সার্ভিসগুলো ওনারা পেয়ে থাকে। আমাদের একটা সার্জারি ডিপার্টমেন্ট আছে, সার্জারি ডিপার্টমেন্ট থেকে আমরা স্পেশালাইজ মেডিকেল ক্যাম্প করে থাকি, সেই ক্যাম্পের আন্ডারে আমাদের বিভিন্ন অপারেশনগুলো করে থাকি। এক্ষেত্রে যদি কোনো ইমার্জেন্সি পেশেন্ট তৈরি হয়েছে, আমরা এগুলো আমাদের একটা অ্যাম্বুলেন্স আছে, সেই অ্যাম্বুলেন্সের মাধ্যমে আমরা এগুলো সরাসরি উপজেলা বা সদর হসপিটাল আমরা এগুলো রেফার করার ব্যবস্থা করে থাকি।
An essential component for survival is hope. Even amongst migrant communities who are barely surviving, hope needs to be inspired. Besides health and food, the single important giver of hope is education for their children, so they can have a better life. Somehow in these isolated, inaccessible areas where hardly a person could read and write, we needed to create educational centers. That wasn't easy.
This is Friendship Primary School. This is first school in this chor. Chor is a Bangla word. It's a sandbar island and the only school other part of the river. For the children had no choice except this school. So we wanted to make sure whatever the crisis, whatever the challenges, children should have education, should have access to education. And the way we constructed this school is you can dismantle it within 3 hours time. All the pillars are somehow rooted and so that all the sheets and you can dismantle. And in case of any river erosion, and now river erosion very unpredictable, so that we can dismantle and take this school to board for a new location.
We soon learned that the ultra-poor migratory communities do not need just projects for survival. They need everything, so as to have a platform and not quicksand on which to build their lives. We expanded our work according to their needs.
This is floating latrine. Friendship has invented this idea to prevent contamination, to prevent open defecation during flood time. Apart from this, we created legal aid booth. They can get legal services with our assistance. We have created vocational training center and employment generation center at village level because the agriculture based economy a bit challenging at this moment. So we need to create job. We have established solar village, and in south we have started mangrove plantation. There are many hidden issues like domestic violence, early marriage, abuse, and friendship working through a holistic approach. The access to service, addressing social issues, and all other eco-infrastructure, and combination of development and humanitarian challenges from this ground zero towards adaptation.
Friendship has been working for more than 20 years with communities whose voices are never heard, and certainly not on international fora. Their solutions are key to create long-lasting impact and resilience. And these solutions can now be scaled up to other communities in danger in Bangladesh and beyond. And this actually is the momentum.
Our people are full of determination and hope. They face calamities valiant, be it floods, cyclones, river erosion. They are steadfast in their purpose. We will overcome every disaster. We will rebuild our houses. We will reshape our lives. They may not have our luxuries, but they have overwhelming courage and resilience. If we and our international partners take steps in supporting them and learning from them, borrowing some of their courage, the world will perhaps have more solidarity, more understanding, and we may find a new hope in our tomorrow.